Hi everybody and welcome to Josiah is Right. So a little while back at my church they did a really cool event called Author Sunday. Now it was really neat to see all these different writers that are at my church, some from 7th grade on to a little bit older than me, I guess. I wasn't the oldest, but I wasn't the youngest, clearly. So it was a really cool event that I just wanted to share some of that. I'll also say this, I am a Christian and a writer, but I don't consider myself a Christian writer. But it was really cool to be around other writers that are part of my church and just make new friends and get to see other people from my church and that might not have been expecting me to be there as a writer. It was a really cool, fun event.
So here you can see Isaac Goldworthy, our youngest writer, who actually signed a copy to myself and Judy. Here's myself and Penny in our little spot. You can see my trading card, business cards there. And then our neighbors down the way here. You have Teresa there, who wrote sort of a more feminine book than my own, which is good, just a different audience certainly. And then the rest of the writers, including cookbooks. So it was a really diverse group in terms of what we were writing. Isaac and I are actually probably the most similar. There's again Teresa's stuff. You can see she had a lot of product and I had zero product. But it was a really cool day, fun to be a part of it. And there's my setup with a promo for my upcoming book, my business cards right there to the left, a email sheet, just things like that. I just did what I could. I make my business cards out of old trading cards, so that's what you see there. My name tag and awesome sort of fall looking thing. And of course, filling in for me when I couldn't be there in my spot, my awesome little friend Penelope.
So that was Writer Sunday at my church. And with that, I wanted to share this. So I went to the lengths, I struggled to get this printed in time for that event, and of course it came not the day after, but probably 4 or 5 days after, when my mom was in town visiting. This showed up on our door, a box of 30 of these. It is a short story book featuring 4 short stories, original short stories by myself. I wrote them all by myself, like a big boy. 4 original short stories of my own, plus the first chapter of my upcoming novel, Storm the Machine, for which Ray Bradbury said, "This man is a genius." He really did say that, by the way. So I just wanted to share that. I will post a link to this. It's 4 science fiction stories that I just wrote throughout the years that are kind of sort of themed over the time, loosely themed, but I wasn't really intending them for a publication like this, but I wanted to do it for that event and use some art here from my graphation days and brought it all together. The cover art here by Wolfie Stickle. Thank you for her art. Not, as I said, originally intended for this, but it's 4 short stories. 4 short stories. They include, I have to cheat just to get the order right. They include The Star Children, The Time Traveler, Once Upon the Other Side of the Stars, The Last Ticket to Outer Space, and of course, Storm the Machine, the first chapter. So the first story is very much in space colony children trying to get off that planet. The next is very contemporary, the most loosely science fiction of the bunch. Once Upon the Other Side of the Stars, again, science fiction. Very similar to The Star Children, very much in the same realm there. You'll see if you read them, and I would be happy to explain it in more detail, but this is just meant to be a quick thing. And then finally, The Last Ticket to Outer Space, which is probably my personal favorite. It's the only story that features multiple endings, and depending on your point of view, they're all the real ending. So that is my short story book. That was Author Sunday. Check this guy out. I'll have copies on me personally if you see me, and most of you who watch this right now probably know me. Hopefully, obviously, this channel grows, and those of you who don't know me, I'll write a personal note at each one, which I tend to do. If you order it directly from me, I'll be happy to do that. I also have written inside of here, in the ones that I do have, if I can find it, I've written sort of little primers, handwritten notes explaining a little bit about each story. So check that out. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for my church for doing events like this. Bye!